Hi everyone, I'd like to do a quick review of Assimil's Italian course for English speakers. I've read a couple of people say that they dislike the fact that people just flip through Assimil books and then give it a thumbs up. I want to clarify in this video, I have completed the course, including every exercise. I keep a journal for the Assimil courses that I work on. So as you can see, I've actually done literally every lesson and every exercise. So I also did the second wave. So you can see here, I actually have the second wave beginning. So I feel like I've done a lot from this book, and I do feel like I can confidently speak about what is good about it and what's bad. So first off, overall, I do think it is a good course. I have a number of other books, and I didn't really appreciate them nearly as much as I did this one. This one is probably one of the most complete courses for beginners in Italian that I've seen. The ones I compared it to, for example, were Teach Yourself Complete Italian and Colloquial Italian from Routledge Publishing. Neither one of those really clicked for me, not like this one, but then again, I'm somewhat biased towards Assimil, so maybe I'm just biased towards the method. Realistically, you will not achieve this B2. I think many people are aware of that, but if you're not, you will not achieve B2. I think you would probably achieve an A2, probably maybe where I'm at. And I just, I really want to point out that B2 is a very high level, and you will not get it through just 2 hours or so of input, which is, I think, about how long these things run. Anyway, overall the course's structure is very similar to virtually every Assimil course. So you have bilingual texts, such as that, Italian on the left, English on the right. It's pretty standard. The dialogues do get more difficult as time goes on, but I was actually kind of surprised. I felt like the difficulty of them tapered off very, very low, at a very, very low level. For example, we go all the way to the final dialogue, which maybe not the most difficult one either, because it's kind of like a little plug for their course. But yeah, I mean, the dialogue here is actually really quite simple. It's not B2 level dialogue by any means. And if you look at the exercises here, you know, let me look at number 5. Complimenti, la tua nuova casa è molto bella. It's like a beginner's sentence. And maybe this can be forgiven because it's the last last lesson here, and they're just kind of, I don't know, throwing it at you. But I kind of felt like the last 5 ones were actually some of the easier ones compared to maybe, say, the 70s or 80s. Anyway, so the difficulty kind of felt like it plateaued. That is very much unlike some of the other courses I worked on where they just kept getting harder. I did do the second wave up to lesson 50, and I did that despite the fact that other people had reported it's difficult, boring, and unrewarding. I agree. It was difficult, it was boring, and it was kind of unrewarding. And some of the things that really don't make sense about the second wave, when you're trying to translate something from English back into Italian, it starts very easy. You know, you can imagine when you have a simple sentence like that, like, do you have a free room? Double or single, you know. It's very, very simple to get that right. And the little notches here inside the brackets, like, do you plural, help you. But there's still plenty of cases where there's not sufficient hints within the English text in order for you to correctly guess the Italian. If you really were to cover up the Italian, which I did, and then try to generate the Italian from the English, some simple turns of phrases are different. Examples that tripped me up all the time. The difference between please, like someone could say per favore versus per piacere. Or they could say per favore da 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 instead of, finishing the sentence with per favore or per piacere. Another example might be the English would read, oh, I am very happy, and that could be translated as molto contento or contentissimo. And there's no way to know. It's just virtually unpredictable. And those may seem like minor issues, but if you're writing in pencil, as I am, it involves a lot of erasing. And sometimes things are translated with idioms, sometimes they're not. Sometimes they'll say, this is really something, and it could be veramente or piuttosto, depending on, the preference. So the second wave was very tedious. I did do it all the way to lesson 100. That is to say, I did lesson 100 and the accompanying second wave, but after that I said, I've got better things to do with my time than finish all of these second wave things. So that having been said, I can say the dialogues were pretty good overall. There are a couple that were annoying in the beginning. I don't know why the voice actors decided to try to make their voices sound like small children, but it's grating on their ears, or on my ears. There's only like 3 or 4 lessons like that are absurdly annoying, but the rest are actually pretty decent. I've definitely enjoyed this course. I have the advanced course. I have not started on it, and I'll see what I think of that one. The advanced course is not available in English, but since I already speak French at a pretty intermediate level, I should have no problems with it. So we'll see how that goes. In the meantime, though, I would give this book kind of like an 85 or so out of 100. It's definitely got some flaws, and I think the overall concept of the second wave is not really very helpful. But for better or for worse, it guided me to a good level in Italian where I can now listen to some simple podcasts, and I can certainly begin to read Italian short stories and other things. So I do recommend it, but it is not a perfect course, and that's just to be expected. But overall, it covers all the grammar, covers a good base of vocabulary sufficient for me to understand things. So I'm happy with it. I'm happy with my results from this course, and I recommend it. All right, see you all later.